Pangatlo na right ay right to freely choose their field of study subject to existing curricula and to continue their course therein up to graduation except in cases of academic delinquency and or violation of disciplinary regulation. Yung right na yan to freely choose their field of study, yan po ay in consonance with Section 1 of Article 14 and in consonance with Section 5, subsection 3 of Article 14 of the Constitution. Sa Section 1, it will show that the right to study is the right to enroll in any school is a constitutional right pursuant to Section 1, Article 14 that provides that the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education. All citizens have the right to education. They have the right to be admitted in any school. But under Section 5.3 of the Constitution, it provides for certain limitations. Under Section 5, subsection 3 of Article 14 of the Constitution, it provides that every citizen has the right to select their profession or their field of study subject to reasonable, fair, and equitable academic and admission requirements. So, every student has the right to be enrolled in any school, but they have to comply with the academic and admission requirements of such school. Dito sa Batas Pambansa 232, sa Section 9, na yung right to freely choose their field of study subject to existing curricula and to continue their study until graduation. Ano hong ibig sabihin nitong existing curricula? Ang ibig sabihin po niyan, kung ikaw ay isang estudyante or ikaw ay may anak na gusto mong ipasok yung sa elementary, halimbawa, na gusto siya mag-grade 1 doon sa Philippine Science High School, hindi naman pwede yun. Kasi doon sa Philippine Science High School, wala naman silang elementary program or elementary course. High school lang po ang meron sila doon. Or kung halimbawa, ang isang estudyante gustong kumuha ng medicine dun sa Mapua Institute of Technology, hindi naman po pwede rin yung ganun. Bakit? Wala naman silang curriculum na medicine sa Mapua Institute of Technology. So, it is subject to existing curricula and also the right to continue their study until graduation. Bawa, nag-enroll ang isang estudyante. Grade 1, tapos na siya ng grade 1, gusto na siya pumasok grade 2 ng private school. Pero yung private school na yan, ayaw nang tanggapin ang estudyante. Ang argument ng eskwelahan ay tapos na yung tuition fee dun sa grade 1, tapos na yung kontrata na ang binayaran ay para sa grade 1. So, iba namang usapin ito sa grade 2 at iniimbok yung academic freedom ng eskwelahan na they can choose their students. Pwede ho ba yun na kind of argument? Hindi ho po pwede yun because of Section 9 of Batas Pambansa 232 that says na right to freely choose their field of study is subject to existing curricula and is also subject to the right to continue their study therein until graduation. So, yung right na yan, kinukonsider na pwedeng ituloy ng estudyante yung kanyang course, halimbawa kung elementary course man yun, doon sa the same school. Yung academic freedom na sinasabi, it is subject to this limitation na hindi pwedeng, hindi absolute yan. Hindi ka na just abuse the authority not to accept students for succeeding years because that is a right considered under Batas Pambansa 232 or the Education Act of 1982. Kaya yung subject to academic and admission requirements, halimbawa yung isang estudyante gustong pumasok sa UP, pagpasok niya sa UP, kailangan muna ipasa niya yung admission requirements nila, ipasa yung entrance examination, yung admission test ng UP. Halimbawa pumasa dito sa College of Law ng University of the Philippines. Ang requirement doon, hindi lang pagpasa sa entrance examination or sa admission test, kailangan pa rin na interviewin sila at yung mag-i-interview, pwede pa rin silang tanggalin na hindi makapasok sa UP. Yan ba ay fair, reasonable, and equitable? That is fair, reasonable, and equitable requirement since yung pagtanggap sa mga estudyante, dapat subject rin ho yan sa limitation ng rooms, ng number of faculty. Hindi naman nila pwedeng tanggapin yung 2,000 na halimbawa nakapasa dun sa UP na ang kanilang maximum capacity is only around 200 per year or 150 students per year dito sa public school. Pagka general education, halimbawa yung mga public elementary school or public high school or national high school, hindi ho nagbibigay sila ng mga entrance examination. Nonetheless, may mga requirements na dapat sundin tulad ng hindi ka pwedeng mag-aral ng grade 1 kung hindi mo natapos ang kindergarten. That is true also dun sa private school. May mga requirement at saka documentary requirements with respect to yung sa birth certificate, halimbawa ng bata na sinusubmit sa eskwelahan. Among others, kung private school, may binabayaran na tuition fee. Yung isang estudyante, halimbawa, first year high school. Pagdating ng grading system, 3 ang subjects na binagsak niya. Dahilan sa 3 ang subjects, ayaw natanggapin ng private school pag second year because of this academic deficiency. Pwede bang hindi nila tanggapin on the basis of academic deficiency? The law allows the school to refuse admission of students on the basis of academic deficiency and also on the basis of violation of school regulation. Halimbawa, may estudyante na nagdala ng marijuana, tinanggal siya doon sa eskwelahan. Following year, gusto mag-enroll yung estudyante, ayaw tanggapin pursuant to kanilang school policy na hindi pwede nang tanggapin yung estudyante na ganon. Pwede ba yung ganon? That is in accordance with the law. That is in accordance with Section 9 of Batas Pambansa 232 in cases of academic deficiency or in cases of violation of regulations that will authorize the student not to continue their study until graduation in that school kung mayroon siyang violation ng regulations. Halimbawa naman isang estudyante, gusto nagpumili talaga yung estudyante na makapasok dun sa seminary. Ayaw naman tanggapin ng school, halimbawa yung seminary sa Ateneo. Ang rason, dahilan sa yung pupumilit na pumasok ay babae. Is that a fair, reasonable, or equitable requirement sa pag-admit? Talaga naman, that is a fair requirement. Kasi dito sa Catholic Church, pwede lang maging pare ay lalaki lang. Kaya nga sila tinatawag na father.